Hello, and welcome back to the greatest nightmare of a YouTube channel that has ever existed. Welcome back. You know you've made it when you're sitting in your car and some guys walk by and they go, "Hey, Oliver, greatest YouTube channel! Greatest YouTube channel of all time!" Which happened the other day, and I was like, I didn't even blink. I said, absolutely, you don't need to remind me. That was cool. So thank you guys for doing that. You are witnessing a master mechanic, an electrician, and sailor at work here. Oh yeah, let's drop my toothbrush in the battery acid, why don't we? I have so much work ahead of me. I'm trying to keep my cool and not completely cave into panic and frustration. Because it would be very easy to do with the hill I have to climb here over the next few months. For the OGs that have been around, they will remember and recognize my project table. This one's a little bit crazier than the last one. The last one was pretty crazy just due to being a small place, but this is it is a mess. I'm about to start a project here, but this is the project area table, and I've got so much stuff here that it is absolutely mind-melting, very stressful. And so today, I think in this YouTube video, what we're going to do here. So let me run it through real quick what I have for the nerds out there. Let me see if I can accurately and appropriately explain to you somewhat the battery situation. So I've got 4 gel cell batteries, and then I've got 5 lithium batteries. My current main batteries currently are in the bilge under this floorboard here. And so those are going to come out, and the gel cell batteries are going to be going in there. And I'm going to have 2 completely different systems. So my lithium batteries, which will go under this seat, so it'll be high above the water line. My lithium batteries will go under the seat, and that will be my primary batteries. And then my gel cell batteries will be my secondary batteries. So I don't intend on using them, but I guess the biggest thing too is that if these Victron lithium batteries, I can't remember exactly the temperature, but if it goes below a certain temperature, they stop charging. So that is the idea with the gel cell batteries. They'll be fine. If I want to just flip over to the gel cell batteries, I could do that. So I have 2. They'll never communicate. I have 2 completely separate systems that we're working on. So what I'm doing today is taking the existing inverter, which is actually a new inverter. They must have just recently replaced Victron inverter. I'm going to move the existing inverter because let's just get started here, I suppose. In here, so that's the existing inverter just laying there on the ground as it does. But in here, I'm going to build a platform, which the platform is right here. This is the battery box that I will put in here, and it will go across, and the lithium batteries will sit on top of it. But my secondary inverter, I have to move because I need to get things out of here so I can fit the batteries in here. So this, I'm going to move, and I'm going to mount it in here. And then, run the wires and stuff over there. And the goal in this episode, essentially, is to do just that, and then also replace all of the all of these old batteries. And don't pay attention to the swollen one there. I can assure you it is disconnected. That thing was ready to explode, and fortunately I caught that. But yeah, so my gel cell batteries will go in here. My personal goal today is to get the battery charger moved, what will be the secondary battery charger moved into a different place. This is it's buried under here. This is the all magnificent and massive primary battery charger, which right now the plan probably is to put it, the only place it fits is right in here. So somehow I think I'm going to put it in there. I might mount the victron first. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's do that, and let's enjoy a very smooth, easy to watch YouTube video. Got it off, and I only dropped it once.
Is this a bad idea? Just come.
Now it is dark, which is wonderful. There's somebody peeking in through my portholes. I think we locked eyes.
Almost there. Green, white, black. Green, white, black. Green, white, black.
What in the world have I done? What have I done, Oliver? What have you done? Alrighty, so that is, it's been there, it's been now. Obviously there's a tremendous amount of organization that will need to be done. And I'm not actually done with this job, but at least it's moved for now and will be temporarily wired the way it is for now. That is its permanent home, but now it gives me, I had to free the space up in here so I can get started with the battery box. I'm gonna go turn on the power and let's see what in the world happens when I do that. I did drop it from about 6 inches, and that wasn't good. And then I did short something out, or yeah, I did. I shocked things for a minute. So let's see how that goes. Please work. All right. Well, that's good. It is an unforgivable mess. And I'm gonna go get a burrito, I think. And then I'm gonna crawl in my bed. And then I'm gonna wake up. And I'm gonna get after it once again. All right. Well, see you in the morning. All right, here we are. We're at it again. Had a pretty productive morning. I've just had to kind of do like life. I've kind of just let my life go. I had like 60 unread text messages. My emails were stacking up. I had to like pay bills. And so I had to get that on wraps and handle that. But now we're gonna replace these batteries. But yeah, welcome back. We're refreshed here. We're starting off fresh, and I can assure you this video will end with me being not fresh. I should probably get knee pads. I'm not willing to accept, because I've done working at I spent my youth changing tires, and there's a lot of times where you're sitting on your knees, and it never used to bother me. But the guys that would always complain about their knees hurting were always old guys. I remember being like, sucks to be old. Sucks for you, man, because my knees are fine. But now
My knees are they always hurt so much. But I don't want to commit to getting knee pads because I don't want to commit to being old. But that's what's happening, I think. I think I'm getting old. And my kitty wants to... She's just as ambitious as I am as electrocuting herself. She wants to get in here. It's an unexplored place for her. So she wants to crawl in here.
Alright, so I've got all of the terminals off. Unfortunately, I've got to lift these things out. Which is a bit of a doozy. Let's see what this back is made of, huh?
Fragile bones is what it's made of, to be honest. Oh, yeah, baby. All right. Big boys.
All right, so as we know, one of the batteries, that one, tried to blow itself up, and I believe that is battery acid. I don't believe it is condensation because that is the only place that it's in. So I'm almost certain that is battery acid. So I'm not going to take any chances, and I'm going to dilute it and clean it up with soapy water. So that's a bit of a doozy, though, because I obviously don't want to expose that to my kitty or myself. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's drop my toothbrush in the battery acid, why don't we? Jesus Christ. Battery acid will strip the plaque off. There's no question about that. All right, so I've taken this out, and it holds the batteries in place and allows for this to go in place. This will need a hole drilled, unless I get a rod that's this big, I suppose. But there's only one side that's in use, so I feel like I should just go get the store and get the replacement. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the store, get the replacement for that, drill a bigger hole into there, I suppose. That way I've got a proper cage for my batteries. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that. And we are back, and that took a phenomenally long time. And we're running out of daylight again. There's still some up there, but it's gonna go quick. But here is the rod here that I've got. Of course, they only sell it in a massive bundle. And now I gotta cut it to length, which I haven't decided how that's gonna work. I think I'm just going to use a hacksaw, and I'll probably look like an idiot using the hacksaw. I don't know that that's even possible. We're going to give that a crack. Alrighty, I am stunned as to how well that actually worked. I'll probably need a new blade, but that worked way better than I ever anticipated, so that's the first. So now we're gonna put this thing together. They are the same heights, kind of. Maybe, perhaps one a little short, but I think that's fine. All right, not bad. It's always good to make a thing come together. Well, it's not together yet, but it will be. I made this realization on the way back from the store. There's a hole there. That hole is so... Where'd the thing go? It's so... That nut can go through it. And, okay, well, this nut is smaller. Maybe I can use a drill. Let me work on that now. Give me 1 second here. Cool. So that is in the orientation it needs to be so that it will fit this hole I'm about to drill. I drilled a hole just big enough to fit one of the screws, one of the nuts. All right, so we've got that in there. Now we can get the batteries in. All right, one more. They are in, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they're in. Oh, what in the world was this screw for? Was this in the wood over there? Oh my god. All right, I am an idiot as always. This screw is for drilling down. I don't know, for some reason I knew it looked funny when I was looking at it, but that obviously that plate needs to be screwed down into the floor. So it can actually hold the things. And now, because of the way it's set up, the previous screw hole doesn't work for the other one. So I'm just doing a new screw hole for both of them, because I'm dumb. I'm so dumb sometimes. Hey, that is on there. Keeping that battery nice and snug. Alrighty, we got that done. I'm gonna vacuum that out, but it is bolted down. Finally, it's just one of those things where this is one of those unforeseen things. I didn't foresee to have half my day dealing with that, and then you try to do it in a rush and you forget things and get frustrated, and the things happen. But it is good. It's in there, and it is not going anywhere, so that is good. So let's finally get these. Start trying to hook up these batteries. All right. Okay, we're gonna connect the red first. So this is 1. This is 2. So this came through here, over here, and onto there. And damn, this is gonna be. Oh, this might not go well. This is just not a deal here, is it? Alrighty, the batteries are in, and the lights are on, and they work. I'm gonna have to redo all those wires because they don't fit correctly. But what's important is that I have basically a working boat again after those 2 projects. And I recognize a lot of this is me complaining. A lot of this footage is just a bunch of complaining, whining from me. And it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not a complainer. I'm not a whiner. But I will get it done. It is uncomfortable. It sucks when especially with the batteries and stuff, and then it gets dark and you're against the clock with daylight and things like that. My knees hurt. My body hurts. Everything hurts. But that's just the way she goes. This whole thing is difficult. There's nothing easy about this at all. And that's just what it is. It's not easy. It's very hard. Physically, mentally, emotionally. I mean, look at the state of my place where I'm living. It's just, it's a disaster in here. And I live in it. I live in a disaster. So, it's hard. There's nothing easy about it. And that's just the way it is. And that is the way it's going to be. And we are going to hunker down and endure. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I'll go get my cat. Kitty. Sailing Phoenix is out.